Hey, what's up, everybody? This is the place where you get edified with yours truly, Dr. Eddie. How you doing? How you living? How's it going? I hope all is well with you. Listen, are we connected? Want to make sure that we connected on social media. Make sure that you join my social circle on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and we don't stop at Eddie Connor Jr. Come on, join my social circle. Take your phone out. Let's get connected. Let's stay connected. And then also, I want you to make sure that you join my academy where we focus on faith, identity, relationships, speaker training, financial empowerment, and much, much more. You want to make sure that you're part of my academy community, my academy family, and you can be a part of it at DrEddieCacademy.com. Let's get right into it. Listen, I want to talk today really about the power of influence. Really want to talk about that. Influence, we're always influenced, and as a result of it, we always do influence, whether we're extrovert, whether we're an introvert, whether we're an ambivert. That's the whole aspect of what leadership is. Leadership is influence, according to Dr. James Maxwell. And did you know, whether you're an introvert or not, and I don't care how much you say, well, I don't think I'm a leader, I don't think I'm this, that, and the other. You are. Sociologists say that even the most shyest person, even the biggest introvert, will influence at least 10,000 people in his or her lifetime. That's serious. That's significant, right? And so one of the ways is we've got to develop who we are as individuals, right? To where we know that we're able to influence people in the right way. Influence can be both positive or negative. Right? The influence, you can think about influential leaders who were not great leaders in society. We can go down the lane, we can go down the list, we can go down the road. You can think about people who are in your country, your sphere of influence, your city, your government, good, bad leaders or otherwise. And one of those specific aspects is we've got to tap into who we are as individuals. How do I become a better leader? How do I become a better influencer? And generally that word influencer is thrown around so much just because somebody has, 50,000, 100,000 followers on any social media site or whatever. Oh, now they're an influencer, right? They're an influencer because of the amount of people who are following them. Yeah, quite possibly. That's on a banal level, but real levels of leadership come from the influence of knowing who it is that you are. There's some pertinent questions that you have to ask yourself. Who am I? What am I good at? What is my purpose? What was I created to do? Where am I going? Then also, who do I want coming with me? Very key and keen aspects that are important for you to be able to answer. Listen, if you don't know who you are, somebody's going to tell you what you're not. If you don't know where you're going, somebody's going to stop you from getting there. And matter of fact, even a detour will still feel like you're on the right track because you don't have the level of focus, much less have defined your level of leadership, knowing what it is, who you are, and then also what you provide. Right, there are leaders who are fillers, who they wear their heart on their sleeves. There are leaders who are big thinkers, who always think about the end thing in mind, but never think about all of the steps towards success that'll get there. Where do you see yourself going? How are you developing yourself? Right? To be a good leader, you got to first be a good follower. Who are you connected to? Right? Who are the mentors in your life? Who are the individuals that you have been following where you get good advice from, to where you rectify certain things that in your life where you may be going down the wrong track, or you may need to reconfigure and rethink some things. It's all about knowing the type of level where you want to go, and then being around the individuals who are going to get you there. Your network determines your net worth. You've heard that many times over. But also, a lot of us are taking constructive criticism from people who haven't constructed anything. Right? Where are the people in your life where you can get good sound wisdom from and insight, who don't want to hate on you, but they want to speak to the greatness that's on the inside of you. Right? And developing leadership is also about developing your character. Right? Developing your character is about developing your consistency. We can be motivated to do something today and not motivated to do it tomorrow. But determination kicks it to another level. Determination kicks it to another gear. Right? I'm determined to do this. I'm determined to eat right. I'm determined to exercise. I'm determined to mentor. I'm determined to get my life together. I'm determined to finish this particular course, this class, this subject. I'm determined to focus on my focus because it's bigger than me. Right? It's not about I. It's about us. It's not about me. It's about we. That's how leaders think. Right? And you know you're connected to people who are visionaries when they think just beyond themselves. Listen, if your dream is affordable, it's not big enough. If you can do it all, your vision isn't big enough. Right? Some of us have the whole mentality to where I'll just do it all on my own. Right? Some people, they would rather do everything on their own. They give open heart surgery to themselves if they possibly could. Because they want to fix everything just by themselves. Leaders understand that they can be delegators. You got to place individuals around you who are better at things than you are. And hear me, not be intimidated by it. Bad leaders are like birds who sit on eggs after they've hatched. When's the last time you saw that? Right? Those are rogue leaders. They don't want you to grow. They don't want you to spread your wings. They want to clip your wings. They want to break your wings because they don't want you to define, refine, and step into the leadership ability that you possess. You got to get away from those type of individuals. Right? Your gift will make room for you, but they want to trap your gift and make it smaller than what it was designed and created to be. Right? You got to focus on your character. You got to focus on developing who it is that you are. You got to get your mind right. You got to focus on turning bad habits into good possibilities. People always say break bad habits, but you got to replace the bad habit with a good one. You got to place yourself around good people who can foster those good habits that you possess as well. Then you got to develop your gift. Got to develop your gift. What is it that you were gifted and created and talented to do? What could you do that you couldn't put a price on? Right? If there was no money to do it, could you still speak? If there was no money to do it, could you still write books? If there was no money to do it, could you still mentor? If there was no money to do it, could you still open up a rec center? If there was no money to do it, would you still do it? A job is what you're paid for. Your calling and your purpose is what you're made for. There are a lot of people who are in their job who make money, live very, very well, have no cares or concerns in the world financially, but they know they're not in their calling and they know they're not in their purpose. Right? What is it that speaks to your purpose? What is it that empowers you to move your life to the next level and and tap into the power of influence? Who are the individuals who have influenced you in your life? How have they lived their lives? How have they overcome specific obstacles? What were their pitfalls? What were their traps? What were their character flaws? Because we all have them. But how do we heal from them? How do we work through them? How do we take the bitter and make it better? How do we transform the bad into what is good? Certain things that we have to think about, certain things that we have to develop, certain things that we have to take the time to harness and focus and have insight about our influence. You can get a whole lot of followers, but where are you leading those who follow you? The true definition that goes beyond real leadership is influence, but the whole deeper level is that leaders just don't obtain followers, but leaders create leaders. Yeah, I want followers, this, that, and the other. where are you leading those who follow you? And then there's another caveat to that. You can't call yourself a leader if you're walking and nobody's behind you. Who are you influencing to move their life forward? How are you crafting and creating leaders and not just followers? Who have you followed that crafted and now shaped you into the leader who you are today? Don't tell me that you're not a leader. Told you, sociologists said already, doesn't matter how much of an introvert you are, the shyest person still influences at least 10,000 people over the span of their life. We're not just talking about online. We're not just talking about on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and Snapchat. Talking about in the whole frame and reference of life in general. Got to get real keen and real focused on character development, gifting, and then that ought to take you to goal setting. Beyond just growing other people, you got to grow yourself. Your influence will only grow to the extent that you grow. If you don't grow, your influence can't grow. But when you take the time to actually feed your mind, enrich your life, read, develop goals for yourself, write down your thoughts, put yourself around people who are smarter than you, right? You hang around 9 broke folk, I guarantee you'll be the 10th one. You got to get into a circle of people who know more than you, who are farther than you. And hear me, you can't be intimidated by it. If you're intimidated, you'll be eliminated. A lot of times we're intimidated by the same people we need to be learning from. A lot of times we're jealous and hating on people who we need to be learning from. Certain things they know that you don't, but you need to be in the space, the place, the room, or ingratiate so into that individual so that you can absorb the knowledge and the wisdom that they have. Listen, this is the time to influence. This is the time beyond affluence. We gotta focus on influence. Everybody wants affluence. They want the riches, they want the notoriety, they want the fame, they want the acclaim, right? They want the 100,000 followers. They want to pull up to the scene with their ceiling missing. They want the affluence. They want the outside wealth, claim, fame, and spectacle of what leadership is. They want the title without the function. Can't call yourself a leader simply based on title if you're not functioning in the role or position of what a leader is supposed to function as. Beyond affluence, you got to tap into the power of influence. And that's what it's all about. Listen, I want you to make sure that you stay connected. That's what it's about. I want you to make sure you stay connected. Are you a part of the Academy community? Listen, can't say it enough. You want to make sure that you join my Academy community where we focus on faith, identity, relationships, speaker training, financial insight, empowerment, leadership development. Just gave you a little bit of a taste. Once you definitely go to DrEddieCacademy.com. Go to DrEddieCacademy.com right now. Become a member. Join us. That's what it's about. Give me some feedback. Like, comment, share. Definitely subscribe. Share the video. Share if you care. I want you to stay empowered. I want you to stay encouraged. I want you to stay enriched. I want you to stay uplifted. And I sure enough want you to stay edified. Peace and love. Until next time.